Rita Pilger lost 64 pounds and overcame a lifetime of hip surgeries to prevail as our round 3 co-champion.
Oh, my health was not the best. I was concerned about the weight. There's a long history of obesity in my family, and I know the effects that obesity will do to you. And as I was getting older, I thought, what am I going to do? But to me, it was hopeless. I just had no idea how I could turn things around. I kind of gotten to a point where I just accepted that I was going to be overweight. So many things I tried before hadn't worked. So I just went along with it. I have pursued doing a lot of wonderful, fun things, like having articles published in books. And yet, whenever I would get the notification, in the back of my mind, it was always, well, that's good, Rita, but you're still fat. You still haven't reached the full potential of what you can be because you're still fat. So that always was in the back of my mind, no matter what I accomplished. When I was a newborn, they usually check for a congenital hip dislocation, and my pediatrician missed that. So from the time I was a year old till I was 13, I went in and out of surgeries and body casts, and I was just confined. I couldn't be free to do what I wanted to do because that hard rock of plaster surrounding my body. But then when I got to be an adult, I think I still carried that with me as a layer of fat, kept me confined in a shell of its own. And I didn't make the connection until I started losing weight and started feeling free and realized all the possibilities that existed for me. When I had the reconstruction and replacement on my hips, they were just very difficult surgeries. And the doctor told me, he said, it's very important you lose weight and get as thin as you possibly can. Well, here I'd been trying to lose weight all these years. It was overwhelming. How was I going to do this? And so immediately I gained 25 pounds and I was going the wrong direction. So I was still struggling every day of my life. It was, how do I get this weight off? So by following the Slim Body secret system, I learned how to eat. And that was one thing. I had tried so many different ways. And by eating the way that you recommend, it took away all cravings. It took away overeating. It took away hunger pain. And it was a delight to follow it because it was very usable, it was very practical, it fit right into my life well. And it just gave me the knowledge of how to go about living the life I really wanted to live and was willing to do, but I just needed the direction with it, and that's what it provided for me. The results have just astounded me. I have lost 64 pounds and over 40 inches of fat. My dress sizes have just dropped. I had to get rid of all my old clothes. I think I threw out 7 bags of clothing. I didn't throw it out. I donated them to friends. And I've been out shopping and having the best time going to new stores that I've never stepped into before. Well, just last week, I went into a group of ladies that I'm friends with. And one little lady turned around and she says, Rita, I didn't even know that was you. I didn't recognize you. And I thought that was really amazing because I've been around this lady for a long time. And people have called me everything from hi gorgeous to hi Miss America. The compliments just don't stop. They are just really fun. The funnest thing is my husband and I signed up for dancing lessons. Now I would never have gone out for dancing lessons in a million years. And because first of all, the weight just would wear us out before we could get out there. And then I wouldn't want to move my fat little body around the dance floor. And now we're dancing and I love it. It is so much fun. As I go along, I'm going to be hoping that I will have opportunities to help others reach this point of transformation in their lives. I'm well aware of how hard it is to be walking around overweight and not knowing what to do about it. But I think I have a key now as to how to live and how to transform the life and get to the point you really want to be. So I hope I can offer hope, encouragement, support to other people.
Marsha Regan lost 52 pounds and struggled with eye surgeries while becoming our round 3 co-champion.
Well, I was just hiding. I wasn't as active socially or any way at all because I just didn't want to invest in new clothes. So I just sort of wore casual clothing a lot. Didn't want to do anything fancy. Stayed home. I was kind of an afternoon person because I didn't really want to get out of bed in the morning. What was the point? I just didn't feel like getting up. I was pretty sad. I felt like I felt heavy, of course. Just moving felt strenuous sometimes. And so I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to be able to enjoy the empty nest. I knew it was coming. I wanted it to feel like that was going to be a time in my life to look forward to, not a time to be sad and worried about. I wanted it to be fun. And I didn't think it could be if I didn't get the weight off. I always would kind of do it on the slide, never tell anybody that I was trying to do it. Because if you don't tell anyone that you're on a diet or you're on a healthier eating plan, you don't also have to tell them that it didn't work. So I would keep it to myself, and I would maybe buy a weight loss supplement, or I would try out some other fad diet, but they just didn't work, and I didn't stick with it. Shortly before the Slim Body Coach website went up, I experienced a retinal detachment in my right eye. So I went to the eye doctor, and they rushed me in for a surgery to reattach the retina. Unfortunately, it didn't reattach the first time, so I've had a total of 5 surgeries on that eye since that initially happened. And so I've had several surgeries during the course of this. And when those surgeries would happen, I would have to back off on exercise and be more careful, a lot more careful. There were times when right after a surgery, you'd have to keep your face parallel to the floor for maybe 7 hours a day. That doesn't count the time you're sleeping, right? So the time that you're awake, you're supposed to be parallel to the floor. And so that means no high impact aerobics, no jumping up and down to mess up the surgery. So I got creative, and I would do the old bent over rows with the weights, or lay across my stability ball and do a little arm strengthening, anything I could do just to A, pass the time, and B, stay on the course, on the course for getting healthy. I've lost a little over 52 pounds, like 37 plus inches. I've got my waistline down under 30, which is really important to me, and I just feel great. When we were first married, we were a more adventurous couple then, we would do more silly things, more crazy things. And then you get a kid, and you get into that careful and cautious stage, right? And you don't do as much. Now we're empty nested and enjoying it. I've learned that it's okay for me to want something, and it doesn't have to be at the expense of someone else. I can want to be healthy and change and do certain behaviors that are good for myself, and it doesn't hurt anyone else. It's okay to eat healthy. It's okay to exercise. It's not going to get in anyone else's way. I can do it. Be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. Remember why you want to do it, and never forget it. Every day, remember why you're doing it. You want to feel better. And those pictures that we do, the before pictures, put them in a prominent place, put them everywhere if you have to, and remind yourself that you don't want to look like that anymore. I have friends that have been inspired, and I've been coaching them along as I've been doing it. And I love being on the website and finding somebody new and seeing what they're saying, and I go, oh geez, I felt exactly like that a year ago. But you don't have to feel like that anymore, and here's the way. I love being able to show them the way.